Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Help Me Understand the Book of Mormon. Today on the podcast and Facebook Live and YouTube, we're going to look at some of the things we should not do, particularly as it relates to the coming forth of the Book of Mormon. That is all in 3 Nephi chapter 29 of Help Me Understand the Book of Mormon. As we are, look at that, one page away. There it is, 4th Nephi. Boom, right there, 4th Nephi, the Book of Nephi. We are almost there, folks. Closing in, so close to being done with the Book of Mormon as we study chapter by chapter, trying to understand every chapter of the Book of Mormon. So let's dive in. Mormon is writing in 3 Nephi chapter 29. He has started giving us a little bit of last-minute commentary, and he says that when the Lord shall see fit, that these things shall come unto the Gentiles. That means that when the Book of Mormon comes out, right? When these things shall come unto the Gentiles, then ye may know that the covenant which the Father hath made concerning their restoration to the lands of their inheritance is already beginning to be fulfilled. When the Book of Mormon comes out, the Lord is already starting to fulfill his covenant which he has made. And that's one of the things that Mormon wants us to know. Hey, when the Book of Mormon comes, covenant is starting to be fulfilled. And so then he tells us a few things that we should not do. Ye need not imagine in your hearts that the words which have been spoken are vain. Hey, when you see the Book of Mormon come forward, do not think that what God has spoken won't happen, because he reminds us that it will. The Lord will remember his covenant, which he hath made unto his people of the house of Israel. That's one of the things of the Book of Mormon. One of the purposes of the Book of Mormon is to remind us that God makes and keeps covenants. Then ye need not any longer spurn at the doings of the Lord. Don't do that. Do not spurn at his doings. He will cause that the sword of justice will soon overtake you. Don't deny the revelations of the Lord, he says in verse 6. And they shall say that the Lord no longer worketh by revelation, or by prophecy, or by gifts, or by tongues, or by healing, or by the word, or by the power of the Holy Ghost. Woe unto him that shall say at that day that there is no more miracle. So we should not do that. We should not say that God doesn't work by miracles. We should not say there's no more gifts of the Spirit, right? Revelation, prophecy, gifts, tongues, healings. We should not do that. For he that doeth this shall become like unto the son of perdition, for whom there was no mercy, according to the word of Christ. That's bad. That's bad. Let's not deny God. Let's not do that. 6:7. You need not any longer hiss, nor spurn, nor make game of the Jews, nor any of the remnant of the house of Israel. Let's not do that. And you need not suppose that ye can turn the right hand of the Lord unto the left, that he may not execute judgment unto the fulfilling of the covenant which he hath made. So let's not pretend like really anything's going to happen that will stop God from fulfilling his covenant. We shouldn't, it's almost like making fun, right? It's almost like saying, God's not going to fulfill his covenant. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't think that God won't, because as Mormon teaches us in verse 3, the Lord will remember his covenant which he hath made unto the people of the house of Israel. What is that covenant? That's the Abrahamic covenant. There's all sorts of stuff to that, but it's really that God will give his people his word, and that he will be with and protect and gather together his people. The Abrahamic covenant is all about having his gospel and being gathered together to him. So chapter 29 reminds us, hey, when you see the Book of Mormon coming forward, it's a sign from God that he will fulfill his covenant. And we can make sure that we align with God and make sure that we are trying our very best to listen to the words of the Book of Mormon, follow the words of the living prophets. That's 3 Nephi chapter 29. Hopefully that helps you better understand this chapter as we inch closer to wrapping it up. Thanks so much for participating in Help Me Understand the Book of Mormon.